I think you brought up a good point that I wanted to mention is when you're telling stories in an interview, talking about results first. I have one that I like to tell if I'm interviewing for a job that has anything to do with inventory. I used to work at Sprint. I was a technician at Sprint, but I was also in charge of all their inventory control. So I did weekly, sometimes even daily cycle counts to make sure that the shrinkage that was happening was legit shrinkage and not somebody stealing, which that was fun, catching one of the employees stealing. But that, you know, my statement on that story that I love to tell people in an interview is, hey, I saved my company $178,000 annually just by inventory control. And they're like, what? Huh? How'd you do that? Where'd that come from? Because I gave them the result that is valuable to them. If I'm saving a company $178,000 and I'm only getting paid $60,000 a year, well, I'm a pretty good asset. So bringing stories like that can really, show your passion. I enjoyed inventory control. It was fun for me, so I could talk about how I did it. But having that number of like, I saved that much money is a result statement. It's one of my favorites. So anyway, off tangent story I wasn't planning on saying. Okay. Oh, and then food. This is my also favorite part is when you connect with people over food, you have a lot more fun, a lot more stories to tell. You connect a little bit better. We talked about how when you feel good when you're around people, then you will attribute that feeling good to being around that person. If you're eating, you're usually feeling good.
I feel good when I eat.
It's a good feeling. So if you're having lunch with somebody or meeting over coffee, those also bring good feelings, and they'll attribute those good feelings to having lunch and having coffee with you, because you're the one that brings those good feelings. So that also is a hack, because it's worth mentioning. It has a lot of weight to it, is meet over lunch. Jeff and I were joking about how if we want to plan a lunch, we're usually like 2 weeks, 3 weeks out, just because we're always like, let's meet over lunch. Let's meet over lunch. Because that's the best time to meet with people. And as an extra bonus hack, if you can manage to have your job interview over lunch, you've knocked it out of the park. So if that's even like remotely a possibility, I think that's like 100 bonus points for you.
Yeah, absolutely.